Okay, so let's get started. So how can I improve my rank? That's what everybody wants to know. That's why we're here. I usually answer that question with a question. It's a lot like asking somebody, how can I live to be 100? We all wish there was a quick and easy answer that we could run out and do today, but it's not like that. There's different opinions, even among the most revered experts in the field, doctors and longevity experts. We don't know the right answer. We just know that there's a bunch of factors that can influence your longevity, and SEO is a lot like that. There's a lot of different opinions. No one knows the algorithm, the mathematical algorithm that controls what websites come up on the first page. Even the people that work at Google don't know the whole algorithm. Anyway, so there's no one-word answer. Instead, there's a series of factors, including the location of your business, how long you've been in business, the links that your website has, both on and off-site. We'll talk about that. The number of reviews you have, the number of citations you have. All of these things have a direct effect on your ranking within Google Places. Some of them we can control, and some of them we can't. So today we're going to focus on the things that we control. So I was saying it's a lot like longevity, your family history, diet, exercise, smoking, and luck. There are no guarantees, but usually if you follow a bunch of good habits, just like in trying to live to 100, if you follow a bunch of good practices, you don't smoke, you exercise, you eat right, more often than not, you're going to live a pretty long, healthy life. We all know there are exceptions to the rule, and SEO is the same, but pretty much if you follow the things I'm about to teach you, you're going to have some real good luck online. Okay? So let's talk about 5 factors that you can control, because you cannot control the location of your business. If your business was located in the center of your city or town, believe it or not, that is an important factor. We can't control that. Some people will try to skirt it by opening up a P.O. box in the middle of their town or a UPS store, but in general, we're not going to do that. We're going to fly above board. We're going to use what we call white hat techniques, meaning nothing shady. We're going to do everything that Google wants us to do, and my experience and the experience of my customers is quite often the results when we do that are terrific. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to complete and verify your local listing. In other words, when you search for your business, the name of your business, and the town that you're in, you probably will see a Google Places listing for your business with a little red pinpoint. We're going to talk about that, and I'll show you it in a minute. Many businesses out there, more than half the businesses in the United States, I would say, have never taken the time to verify their listing, to claim it, fill it out, and verify it. It's very easy, it's free, and it is an important factor in ranking, so you're crazy not to do that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to adhere to NAP consistency. We'll talk about that in a minute. NAP is an acronym for name, address, and phone. Again, crazy, who knew, but the experts all agree that this, next to your location, this is one of the most, if not the most, important factor. NAP is an acronym for name, address, and phone, and the consistency refers to the fact that the way your business is listed in your Google Places listing, in your Yahoo listing, in your Bing listing, on your website, and across all of the citations that we're going to fill out, and I'll go over that in a bit. Citations are business directory listings. If you type the exact same way your business is listed, instead of drive, if you put DR, that's fine, but be consistent. If you say Inc. after the name of your business, fine, or LLC. We want to have that name, address, and phone consistency across everything. There is no dispute about this. It's one of the most important factors. Okay? I'll go in and show you how to do that. We're going to get lots of relevant citations. Again, these are all factors that have been proven to influence your rank on Google Places. For those of you that don't know what Google Places is, I think we all know, but when you search for the services like an electrician or a plumber or a caterer or an insurance agent or a hotel, anything combined with a town online, you get these series of pinpoints. They're red, sometimes they're blue. If you hover over them, they turn red now. and they list very clearly a business's name, address, and phone number, with a link to their website if they have one, and the number of reviews they have. This is really the new Yellow Pages. This is why we're here. If you want to see your phone ring come up first in a good-sized city on Google Places, you will never have to advertise again if you're first in a good-sized city with lots of positive reviews. Very, very important, and a lot of it is free. So citations are important. I'm going to show you how to get a bunch for free. The next factor that influences rank is positive reviews. The more reviews you have, the better, particularly 5-star reviews. I'm going to show you some tricks that you can use to get more legitimate positive reviews. And then last but not least, some would say the most important, probably the trickiest to understand, but we'll touch on it, and that is getting high-quality backlinks to both your Google Places listing and your website. The heart of Google is linking, both on your website and off your website, and I'm going to show you some ways that some things you can do to get high-quality backlinks. On that note, you're noticing that I'm talking about Google. I'm not really talking about Yahoo or Bing. All of the things that we're excuse me, that we're going to discuss here hold true for Yahoo and Bing as well. Google is the big dog, continues to be the big dog. They control about 65% of search. So when we talk about Google, we're really talking about the 3 major search engines, Google, Yahoo, and Bing. And between the 3 of them, they control about 95% of search, okay? All right, so let's move on. So let's talk about completing and verifying your listing. Again, you want to do name, address, and phone, and you want to think before you do it, because that consistency is going to prove very important as you go forward. You want to use a local phone number. No toll-free numbers. It's okay to have a toll-free number on your website, but in your local listing, you want to use a local exchange if possible. You can use your cell phone. The area code should be for the town in which you live, but you do not want to use toll-free numbers for your local listing. Again, we're feeding this information to the search engines, robots, and if there's an 800 number, that can confuse the robot, and that's the last thing we want to do. I know it's weird that we catered to robots in 2012, but you know, they said it would happen, and it's here. This is my life. Proper categories are important. When you go to fill out your listing, if you're an electrician but you also do heating and air conditioning, these are all different categories you can note. And again, you're teaching the search engine that when somebody searches for an HVAC guy in Worcester, Massachusetts, if you haven't told them that this is a category for which you would like to be ranked, there's no way that they're going to know. So your categories become very important. Pictures. There's room for 10 pictures. It's been proven that the people that take the time to upload all the pictures that they're allowed, all the videos that they're allowed, fill out the forms of payment, fill out the hours, everything. A completed listing is one of the factors. Again, if you compare it to your health, you know, why smoke? If that has been proven to influence your longevity, why not fill out your Google Places listing entirely? It's free, takes 15 minutes, and it's been proven to have a positive effect on your ranking. And under additional information, you can put things like brands that you carry, is there parking, do you accept phone calls on weekends. You can put all sorts of stuff there. The more completed your listing is, the better. Okay, the next factor is to adhere to NAP consistency. I touched on that briefly. The name, address, and phone, the way you list your business, should be the same consistently across the internet. As you fill out your citations, if you apply for a license, almost everything is done online. Your banking, all of this stuff the search engines can see. Reviews, anywhere you have a chance to talk about your business, list your business, fill out an application, fill out a business directory, have a web page, all of it should contain the exact same name, address, and phone, down to the comma, down to the abbreviation, and it will serve you well as you go forward trying to rank higher on the search engines. Okay? across your Google Places listing, across your website, across citations, and throughout your online and offline presence. Okay? The next factor is to get lots of relevant citations. What are citations? Citations are listings in various business directories, and a lot of them are familiar to you. Google Places, Yahoo Local, City Search, Merchant Circle, Yellow Pages. You know, we all get bombarded with this stuff all the time. Each of these companies or portals or directories, whatever you want to call them, all play a role in your online presence. If your business is not listed anywhere, then for all intents and purposes it doesn't exist. It's like not being in any phone book anywhere. You know, you really cannot be a major player. So the search engines, one of the things that they look at is this business have a web presence, and you can control your web presence. You can increase your web presence by filling out a lot of citations that are relevant to your industry. And again, the more of these factors that you follow and adhere to, the faster you'll move up in the rankings. So citations are business directory listings. Examples of them are Yelp, Super Pages, Localese, City Search, Insider Pages, Yahoo Local, Info Group, and Yellow Pages. Those are probably the 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 or 10 best ones there. There's also industry-specific citations like Open Table or Travel Advisor. You know, if you've ever gone to look for a hotel in a different city and you searched for it, everything comes up but what you want to find, the hotel. There's all this other crap that comes up. A lot of those are citations, like TripAdvisor is the one that comes up a lot if you're looking for a hotel. Well, even though it can be a pain if you're not looking for that, it's well worth it to make sure that you are listed in all of these things. Now, on that note, as you fill out citations, a lot of these companies will give you a free listing, like Yellow Pages. It's a very important listing to have. You just go to yellowpages.com or yp.com, put add your business. You can fill out the listing. Now, what are they going to do? They're going to have a sales rep call you and try to sell you a paid version of that and tell you why you need it. You don't need it. They'll try to get you to pay $20 a month. Nothing. Just do the free listings. If they send you an email, just delete it. If they call you, say I'm not interested, and this will all serve you quite well. Okay. Here's a great secret to know. Write down this website. It's whitespark.ca. It is a Canadian outfit up in Edmonton, Alberta, and I'm going to click on it. This is a really great tool that they've shared with us. Hover over search engine optimization and go down to this thing called Local Citation Finder. And in the Local Citation Finder, they allow you to put in a keyword and an industry and the city, and they'll give you a bunch of great citations. Now, it is free, quote unquote free. It's free in the sense that they'll give you several citations. I think it's 10 or 20. We'll find out in a minute. For free, but if you pay, and it's only $20, they'll give you like 300. And so it might be the best $20 you ever spent. In a sense, this is a competitor of mine because they also do local search rank, but I don't mind sharing it. They charge double or triple what I charge, so if you'd like to use them, I have no problem, but I do the exact same thing for less than half, and they're good guys, so I don't mind sharing. So anyway, I have an account with them. I'm going to log in. I'll just show you real quick how this works. I'm going to log in. You have to set up an account, which is free. It takes 2 minutes. Give them your name and your email address, and then you'll be directed to this, and I'm simply going to I'll do my state and province. So if I say, let's just say I'm in Portland, Maine, okay? Enter your city, Portland, Maine. Enter your key phrase. Let's say I was trying to be ranked to be a plumber in Portland, Maine. So plumber Portland is the keyword that I'm going for, right? I'll even say plumbers. Plumbers Portland, Maine. And going to say, oh, they already have Maine up there. Assign this to a project, no. And then I'm going to click search. And what they're going to do is they're going to email me. It says 20 minutes, but usually it's about 2 minutes. We'll check it in a minute. They're going to email me a bunch of citations and with links right to where I add my business. Let's see if I can get it here. Okay, it's not up there yet. We'll come back to that in a second. But just a fantastic tool. I'll come back to that in a second, and I'll show you the citations. But again, when you add up all these things, citations, filling out your listing, following NAP consistency, these are just fantastic things that you can do to move yourself up in the rankings. Okay, so we'll go to the next slide. The next slide is, again, maybe one of the most important. All of these factors, I'm giving you really the top 5. Lots of positive reviews. Reviews are a double whammy. Not only have they been proven to improve your search results, in other words, they influence traffic, they influence the number of people that are going to find your Google Places listing and your website, but they also influence conversion. Because if I search for plumbers in Portland, Maine, and I see the top 3, and one of them has 50 5-star reviews, and the next 2 have 0 or 1, or a bad one. If you have 2 reviews and one of them is bad, 50% of your reviews are negative. If you have 50 reviews and one of them are bad, help me with the math there, but it's probably 2%, right? So that's another reason to get a lot of reviews, because it's business. Not every single customer is going to be happy. Well, in the online world, the unhappy customers tend to complete reviews at a faster pace than happy customers. So I'm going to show you some things you can do to offset that, to get a bunch of positive reviews. And we're talking about, there's lots of places to leave reviews, but we're going to focus on the 3 biggest ones: Google Places, Yelp, and Yahoo Local. That's what we're concerned about. So the first thing to do is find your business in the targeted review site. So I can go to Google Places, just search it. You'll see it come up, places.google.com, I believe. I'll show you it in a minute. And you're going to navigate to the place that you would leave a review if you were a customer. I'm not going to write a fake review. I'm just going to help my customers along. I'm going to lead a horse to water, if you will. So once I get there to the exact place where you'd write a review for ABC Plumbing of Portland, Maine, right, as if I'm the customer, just when I'm about to write the review, I'm going to copy the URL right above, the web address, and I'm going to email that to my best customers and ask them to please write a review. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. As we just saw when I went to sign in, okay, I got a question there. I'll address that question in a minute, okay? Just let me finish the thought, and then I'll look at your question. Remember, these people have to have a Google account. And if you email this link to Mrs. Jones, and she says, sure, I'll be happy to help Chris out, and she clicks on the link as if she's going to write the review, then Google will say, sign into your Google account. And Mrs. Jones thinks, oh my God, that's going to cost money, that's going to take time, they're going to take my kids, I've got to open a Google account. So you have to educate her a little that, by the way, it's going to prompt you to open a Google account. It takes 1 minute, and it's free. It's very easy. Just follow the prompts. And it'll basically prompt her to open a Gmail account. But it's a good thing to have. Google owns half the world. You may as well have a Google account. A customer of mine gave a real good tip to me when we were talking about this. She said that what she does is she looks at the customer's email, and a lot of people have Gmail addresses or Yahoo addresses or Hotmail addresses. Microsoft owns Hotmail. Yahoo obviously is Yahoo, and Google owns Gmail. So if she sees that it's a Yahoo address, she'll send them the link to the Yahoo review, and vice versa, the Google address for the Gmail, a Gmail address for a Google review. Forward. Let's go back and check to see if citations came through. I'll check my inbox. Okay, here's White Spark, local citation founder. This is the type of email that you get. And it says, we found 12 potential citation opportunities for your search term. Now again, plumber in Portland, Maine, sometimes you'll get, the other day we did an electrician in Philadelphia and there were 197. So you got to be creative, and you can use different keywords. When you click the link, this citation finder will give me the results I'm looking for, but it will blur out a lot of them because it wants me to sign up for the service. So in this case, it'll give me 2. It'll say this, us.wowcity.com. Okay? And so if I click on that, it's telling me that this is a good citation for plumbers in Portland, Maine. And I can go in here, and then a lot of them will have a link. You just got to figure out where the link is that says add your business. Let me see if I can find it. Sometimes they'll link you right to it. Contact us, add to browser. Not great examples. I don't want to spend a lot of time, but you will definitely find in all of these citations there's a place to add your business. Okay, here's the Yahoo local. So if I look for Garnsey Brothers, Insurance in Sanford, Maine, right? Here's Christopher's company. There's actually several of them here, right? I'm going to click on this link, write a review, right? Just as if I'm about to write a review. Now, we all know you cannot write a review on behalf of your customers. That's a huge no-no. Usually it won't even let you do it, but you don't want to do that. What I can do, however, is I'm right here on the page within Yahoo Local to write a review about Garnsey Brothers Insurance. So what Christopher can do is copy this entire link like this and then put it in an email to some of his best customers and say, would you do me a favor? Would you please write a review about us? You can even give several links within the same email. You can put Yahoo, Google Places, and Bing. And many people, once you make it so easy for them, will go ahead and fill out reviews. And again, you take this to a level. You have 50 reviews and your competition has 2. Not only will you get more traffic, you'll get more customers, because who are you going to pick up the phone for? It's been proven that 90% of people now, when searching online, say that their choices are influenced, at least in part, by reading a review online. So if you look for a hotel or you look for a restaurant and you read reviews, don't think that people are not doing the same when they go to look for your business. Okay? Backlinks. Again, we could spend 4 years talking about backlinks. We're going to spend 4 minutes. So, but it's easy to get confused when talking about backlinks. But think of it like this. When those 2, gazillionaires started Google, their big claim to fame and what today has turned into one of the biggest businesses in the world, was they made the case in their Stanford University project that they worked on that what differentiates one website from another, or one web page from another, when talking about importance and relevance, because the goal of a search engine is to give the searcher the most relevant results, right? Why? Because if I search Google for insurance companies in Sanford and I get, a restaurant in Portland, I'm going to stop using Google. If I stop using Google, advertisers will stop advertising. If everybody uses Google, like now, right, 2/3 of 300 million people, so we have 200 million people using Google, advertisers will follow. They did $30 billion in clicks last year. But why? Because they're the best search engine. They give the best results. So Google wants nothing more than to give the most relevant results to the searcher, because the advertisers will follow. It's like television. The advertising department is completely separate from the production department, but if you have a show like American Idol with 30 million viewers, the advertisers will flock to it and pay gazillions of dollars. It's the same kind of formula. Okay? So how you differentiate and one site from another in terms of importance, these two kids made the claim, can be seen by the number of other sites like universities and newspapers, and now social media sites and blogs and forums. The more buzz there is about your business out on the internet that link back to Garnsey Brothers Insurance, creates a profile which helps the search engine to differentiate who's important and who's not. So what we want to do is we're reverse engineering this, and we're going back and we're saying, okay, if links is the name of the game, we want links. We want links from forums, from blogs, from social media sites like Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook, and even within our own site. Search engines love links, so we're going to cater to them. So know your targeted keywords. Christopher, in your case, your keywords are life insurance, Maine, automobile insurance, York County, health insurance if you do health insurance. All of these different types of insurance coupled with locations like Maine, motorcycle insurance, there you go, all that kind of stuff. These are keywords. So when you go to get backlinks and you write articles and you post them on article directories like eZine articles and others, just search article directories, you'll get a million of them. You want to write articles that contain those keywords, and you want those keywords to link back to your website and to your local listing directory, actually using the keywords. So motorcycle insurance, if you have an opportunity and you're on some blog or a forum somewhere and you're answering a question, or you're writing a little blog post, or you're putting a tweet out, or a news update on Facebook, and you have a chance to not only link back to your site, but to actually use the targeted keyword as the hyperlink, that's even better. That tells the search engine this site to which this link is pointed is in the business, is important for motorcycle insurance. And there's nothing more important than links. And if you understand this concept, and we're just touching on it here, if you really come to understand it both on and off your website, the results can be incredible. As I have a host of customers that will attest. It's fantastic. It takes time. It takes energy. Obviously, we do this as a service, but a lot of this stuff you can do on your own. A lot of people set out with the best intentions to do it on their own and never do it, and that's why we're here. But links is everything. This stuff can change your life if you're a small business owner. If you're at the top of the search engines with lots of positive reviews, your phone will ring all day. And if you're not, it won't. So anyway, all good stuff. So Twitter is another great place. You want tweet. You want to get lots of followers in your targeted area, and you're tweeting, and then you're using so looking for motorcycle insurance in Maine, and then a link to Garnsey Brothers. That link, the search engines see coming from a powerful, reputable site like Twitter. They're called authoritative sites. All of those links add up over time to improve your, people call it Google Rank, Google Juice, Google Love, Page Rank. All of that good stuff will move you up in the search engines. Okay, forum posts. So you'd go out and say, insurance forums. Christopher, you do, insurance forums. You'd find them. You'd listen to the questions, or participate in the discussion. You're an experienced insurance agent, so you want to share that knowledge with the other people. That's what forums are for. And then always there's going to be a way for you to link back to your site, because that's why everybody's there. So either through your profile or at the end of your post. If you have a chance to hyperlink the actual keywords, that's even better. That's called anchor text linking. Okay, blog comments, same thing. Find blogs. The point is to get backlinks. One of the best things you can do is to get out there on the internet and participate in the discussion, whether it's in forums or blogs or Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, and always, always think about keywords and always, always leave a hyperlink back to your site. And don't be impatient. It might not happen, it won't happen tomorrow. It won't happen next week. But 6 months from now, or 3 months from now, or 12 months from now, you may absolutely get a phone call, and the person will, and you'll say, "Where did you find me?" And they'll say, "Oh, I don't know. I just typed in motorcycle insurance in Maine, and you came up." And then you'll do it, and you'll say, "That is weird." And then you'll go in, and you'll click on it, and it will be some post that you did 6 months ago is now showing up in the search engines, and you just got a new customer. This is how the game works, okay? Okay, anyway, that concludes it. Went a little bit over, but I really appreciate. Oh, wow. Thank you for the feedback there. Thanks, Mom. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for attending. Feel free to call with questions. Sorry about the confusion with the site, but that was a join me thing. That's my email. That's my phone number. Really appreciate everybody coming. Feel free to call anytime, and have a great weekend, and thanks for taking time out of your Saturday to join me. Okay? Any questions, feel free to call me directly, and we'll chat about them individually. Okay? Have a great day, everybody. Thank you very much. Bye.